To listen to the pre-game show. I went to the Days Gone event in over here in Long Beach. Funny enough, that the event was actually right here in my backyard, one bus trip away from right here I'm sitting at to the bar they're having at the over here in Long Beach, and I was able to play the game twice. They had a lot of people in line to play the game, and I was able to play for about 20 minutes, like 10 minutes the first time around, 10 minutes the second time around. And I played the story mode first, and then I played the other mode they had there as well. It was like kind of a horde mode essentially. Um, so from playing the game and talking to the devs there, this game very much feels much inclined of a Last of Us in terms of like how heavy narrative this game is. Not to mention that this game looks really fucking good. One of the parts I was playing in story mode is like you're sneaking around, you're trying to get some sort of item. You're going from one end to the other, and your buddy's on a bike, and he's just making chaos and just distracting the zombies. I'm going through the level, and one of the things that happens is I get on top of the rooftop. I'm spotted by these kids zombies, and as I'm shooting them, like I'm looking at these zombies that are kids, and damn, they look like really good. Like realistically, like this looks really good. At the same time, like fuck, I feel very uncomfortable doing this. um, so yeah, like it was a really for the short segment. Like it was pretty much it might very much remind me of Last of Us. You're sneaking around, at least in that mission. You're picking up items. It seems like just kind of the items you're picking up. It seems like that there's a um what's the word I'm looking for? Customizable, but like able to put things together, kind of like a. God, I am losing the word right now. Crafting things together, essentially, and you're kind of. It's from the looks of it. It looks like you craft together materials to create like a like a bomb or like bandages or whatnot, and it's very much in that same vein when it came to the zombies you are fighting against. Like they are attracted by sound, not by sight. So when I was walking around the level, like I had to sneak around and not just run around. Because if I did that, they'll notice me and they'll attack me, and these zombies run at you. So uh, you can try and shoot them like as you're walking away or trying to get to a safe spot, but like once you're kind of caught, you're kind of dead. So you really can't do much about it, at least from my time playing it. Um, but
It'll be also that you suck at. No,
hey, that was before I had my 2 drinks. I had 1 drink at that time.
I didn't say it was because you're drunk. I said it's because you suck. There's two different things there, Anthony.
um, but yeah, so I had my time with it. I talked to the dev, asked him some questions about the game, and one of the things he told me was that the direction they wanted to go with this game was they wanted to take Walking Dead. I'm assuming a TV show. The Walking Dead, and combine
No,
that.
really, it's the same fucking thing.
I know. But just to be more specific on that, it was taking The Walking Dead, combine that with Anarchy, the Netflix show, Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I was like, you just keep calling it that, but I was like, you said that earlier in the pre-show, and I was like, the video game Anarchy, because I don't know if you remember that game, but I do, and I was like, I don't think it looks anything like that. Like that's a weird thing, and then you were like, the TV show's like, oh.
Yes.
Oh, the show that I can't remember the name of that starred Charlie Hunnam. Got it.
Mm-hmm. He told me like that was kind of the atmosphere, that was the idea they went through and wanted to put together, and it definitely shows, especially when I was playing it. Took them 6 years to make this game. And much of the kind of the environments and kind of surroundings that they have in this game is very influenced because the studio is based in Oregon, which, as somebody who used to live in Oregon and Portland specifically, there's a lot of trees and a lot of green foresty areas, which is nice when it's not raining. Which I can definitely tell, like that was some of the inspirations for the environments in this game thus far. Especially the mountains. I feel like I'm looking at St. Helena as I'm looking through the video. But yeah, like I asked him like, were you able to get most of the things done? Were the things that were cut? And he told me like they're able to get most of everything they wanted to get into the game, for the most part. Right now, they are, for the most part, taking a break, taking a vacation, since the game has gone gold, and anything afterwards, kind of maintenance crew, just to make sure the game is running fine, and any patches or bugs that need to be put into the game, they will do so. One of the things he told me was, and by the way, for those who are wondering who I'm talking about, I forgot his last name. His first name is Chris, but he is the head studio of this game company. Which when I realized after I talked to him, it's like, oh shit, that is, well, cool, awesome. Um, but yeah, like essentially, like they're on vacation right now. He told me that they're very happy as far as like how the preview coverage have been coming out so far. Just because of for this game, for a lot of people, like I wasn't really impressed by the game, and I think that I feel like nobody really didn't give a damn about the game for quite some time. But these previews have been coming out, and they've been saying that this game is actually really good. Like people are gonna be surprised when they play this game. So he told me that he was really happy that he's hearing that, and like he just cannot wait for people to play the game and get their hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's something for me about it that I remember back when they first showed it at E3 was and I know it was just a stage demo, so, but the idea of how the zombies kind of clump together and become a horde, like it just kind of looks like flowing water is how I always perceived it. Um, did any part of the game that you played feel like that?
Absolutely. The other mode I played, it was a horde mode, and you were given like 3 mines you're supposed to place, kind of in a certain area. I feel like there's no way to beat that mode, at least there at the event, because there were, I want to say, like 70 to 80 zombies in one pit, and you were kind of armed with, yeah, you're armed with just your motorcycle, machine gun, and your 3 charges. And they did have like kind of gas tanks and like things you can blow up that could take out some zombies. But because the zombies, they run at you, and the way you you can run, but you have to kind of stop and then aim, kind of RE in a way, and then shoot. And then if you want to do that while running, like you'll be slow walking if you try to do that. So it was kind of hard for me.
Just about every third-person shooter game does that. Like, I'm playing a lot of Division 3, and you can't like move fast and aim at the same time.
Yeah, but I did see that in action. It was really impressive. Like it was.
Yeah, that was the thing for me that really stood out from that. I was like, holy shit, that's like a really good mechanic in a video game, because at this point, whenever we have fast zombies, it's just a 10 at most.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of like Left 4 Dead sort of thing. And that's fine, but I hadn't seen anything like that, so I thought that was cool. But at the end of the day, I also have to say, like, as impressive as the game looks, I am so not into it. Like, I don't know if it's the zombie part or because like that was the problem with Sons of Anarchy for me, was like I knew it was a good show, but I had a really hard time getting into that biker fantasy, like really hard time with it. So, and that to me is also a huge turnoff for the game. But you know me, I'm pretty good at recognizing talent, recognizing skill in the game making field. So the game looks incredibly impressive. Don't want to play it.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, I mean, I have a pretty good feeling on how the game is going to be reviewed. Just kind of hearing all this good word from a lot of people, not just word of mouth from other people who play the game, but gaming outlets as well, who's been putting out the preview saying like, yeah, this game is really special. So I have a good feeling that what this game is going to be reviewed wise and received. So I think that it's going to be a game that if you are a PS4 owner, if you want to have that zombie fix, if you want to have something kind of in the same vein as Last of Us, but not really, this game probably should pick up. Because it's, from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be a really, really good game.
Yeah.
If I get the chance to play it, I'll be down to play it, sure. Just saying, yeah. I'll be down to play any game, honestly. But this game is definitely, from what I've seen and heard, it's gonna shape up to pretty good. So that's my preview. It's my first impressions, before and after I was drunk. Uh, so take it what you will.